All right, guys, this is the second part of our video on animating a character or learn how to animate a vector character. So first part of the video, we made a little character in, or just like a head in Illustrator, and we formatted it so that we could take it into After Effects, all right? So we're in After Effects right now. This is like the home page. We're going to go to New Project, and you're immediately going to be presented with two options, New Composition and New Composition Footage. All you need to know is new composition. That basically means like a new artboard or like a new canvas. Um, so new composition from footage means you're making a new canvas with like material you already have on your computer. So we're going to go new composition from footage, and we're going to click on our AI demo file or whatever character you made. And we just want to import it as let's try footage right now and click open. And it says import kind. Make sure it says composition right here. Okay. And we're going to go okay. All right. So, and in After Effects, it looks very intimidating, but just know, just like in Photoshop or Illustrator, Control plus, or sorry, actually just scrolling on your mouse is zooming in. If you hold down the space bar and drag, you can move around, but also clicking the space bar, you'll notice this little thing started moving, plays your animation. So I'm going to go up here to this preview place and pause it because I don't want to worry about that right now. Okay. So notice the purple background, all right? If you go to composition in the top, kind of where your tabs are, go to composition settings. This is this document settings. So this is the width. You can change the width. You click and drag, make it different size, and it kind of like auto changes here, I think. Yeah, you can see it changing in the background. Make it a little bigger. All right. But down here, this is the background color. So you could click, you can drag it to whatever color you want. I actually kind of like the default purple it gave me, so I'm gonna click OK. And because After Effects is used for creating videos or animation, you'll see right here, this is the start time and this is the duration. So right now, I think this is like 10 seconds, so that's fine. We're gonna click OK. All right. So right now, it has the two compositions. We want to double click on, I think either one. I'm just going to go demo 2, double click on it. Actually, I lied, demo 1. This first demo, we're going to double click. Perfect. All of a sudden, stuff has changed. We are now in a window where down here in our timeline, you can see each of those layers you made in Illustrator. That's what we want. If I go back to composition settings, I can change things again. So my bad. I led you astray the first time. So we double clicked on this demo composition, which it's basically like a file within a file. So just making stuff a little bit bigger, like the way I wanted. Perfect. Click OK. Good to go. Okay. So this area down here is your timeline. This is where you can control things. This little blue thingy is the current time indicator. So if you click and drag this thing, you can kind of control and see what happens in the animation at different points. And you see this little timer right here. This is showing you what time it is. So if we go up to preview and click play right here, you can see the animation's 10 seconds right now. This larger gray bar is the time ruler. So you can actually shrink the time. Let's say you originally wanted a 10-second animation, but you want something smaller. Go to the blue tab at the end of the time, what is this called again? Time ruler. Click and drag it, and you could make it like a 4-second animation. And what that means is when you click play on the animation, the little red bar that is like the play thing will just kind of do loops. It won't go past that 4. Okay. So I'm going to go kind of up along this bar until I see this tool or this thing appear and click and drag. Come on, baby. There you go. Because I want us to focus just on this for a second, just on all our layers. These look very intimidating. We need to do something called parent. All right. So just think about it this way. Kids always follow their parents, right? They follow mom and dad everywhere. So we have certain layers that need to be the moms and dads of other layers. So the face layer, if I click on the arrow next to it, and we see there's a transform option, I'm going to click on the arrow next to transform. These are all things I can mess with. I can mess with the position, the scale, the anchor point, which is like the point in which the system is moving it from, scale, rotation, opacity. So the problem is right now is when I move the face, see nothing else moves with it. All of a sudden, just stuff gets scary, right? We don't want that. What I want to happen is when I move the face, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the eyebrows, and the hair all follow the face. So that's where we go to this curly Q thing. This is the parent tool, all right? So what I want to do is I want to click on each of these other layers. So I'm gonna start with the back hair. I'm going to click and I'm clicking and dragging and I'm pointing this little blue line to the face layer and releasing. And so now this parent is saying that it is parented to the face. I'm gonna do the same with the mouth. The mouth I want parented to the face. The eyes I want parented to the face. The pupils I'm actually gonna parent to the eyes, because that should be fine because that just means it's also gonna follow the mouth. But these pupils I might have do different things. So I don't know. I just parent them to eyes, but you could probably parent those to the mouth, to the face too would be fine. Eyebrows, parent to the face. Top hair, parent to the face. So all of these should say face. Pupils could say eyes. That's fine. Face has no parents because it's the boss. Wherever the face goes, everything else follows. So let's test this out. I'm going to drag my time indicator to the very beginning. And I am going to open up my face panel. And I'm going to mess with the position. So I am going to click this time vary stopwatch. So it's hard to see, but this is like it looks like a little stopwatch. When you click this, you're telling the system that, hey, I'm going to start making movements and I want you to record where I'm making these movements in the timeline. So I'm going to click position. So right now it's recorded that the position it's currently at is like a stamp. There's a little diamond here to represent it. Okay. So I am going to drag my time stamp or my, sorry, time indicator 1 second in. All right. Nothing's there yet, but I'm going to go to my position and I'm going to go to, I think this is the X axis. No, this is the Y axis. Um, and I am going to just move it a bit. All right. So I'm going to drag it down a bit and I can kind of shrink this if I need to see a little bit. Place it wherever I want. And so this is saying that at this timestamp, it should be in this position. It should be in a new position. All right. And maybe I drag it then to 2 seconds and I'm going to have it go back up again. And then let's say at 3 seconds, I want it to go back down to the center. Well, that's easy. What I could do is I could click on that first diamond and copy it. So I'm going to go Control or Command C to copy it. And then I'm going to go Control or Command V to paste. So I just pasted that older diamond. And so now it knows that it's going kind of back to the center again. So let's kind of see what happens now. So I'm going to drag my time indicator to the beginning and click play. And we'll see my head's doing kind of a bob. It's doing a bob thing. All right. Perfect. Now something to notice is it's pretty like rigid, like robotic. If we click and drag and select all these little diamonds, and then if you right click, we want to look for something that says keyframe assistant, and we're going to go ease. When we click that, all of a sudden they turn into little like hourglasses. When we play now, we'll notice that it's a lot more soft. All right. And what it's doing is if we hit the graph editor and click on your position, where is it? Where'd it go? Hold on. Scroll over here. I'm going to go up here and kind of shrink this so I can see what's going on. There it is. Okay. It was just too big for me to see. So see these lines, these are what's happening. This is like the graph work happening. And so when you do, oh my goodness, my stuff's just kind of getting away from me right now. Where are you? Where are you? Well, you know what? We're going to ignore that part because I'm, for some reason, having a hard time finding what I'm talking about. Or maybe I grab it like this. I'm going to grab it like this. And there we go. Now we see it. Okay. So this is basically representing the Y, which Y is up and down in a graph form. So I could click and change these if I wanted to. Another thing I could do is if I click on these points, I can go down here and I can ease them, which if I click on this, it basically makes it softer. So now if I play this, see, that's so gradual. While as there, you kind of saw it. It almost looked like it bumped into a wall. See, boom, it bumps. All right. If I want to smooth that out, I click on that point and I give it an ease, or basically give it handlebars, because then it becomes softer. All right. So look at that. Now it's like a cute little bobbing head. It doesn't look like it's ramming into walls. So I'm going to click the graph editor to get out of there. Awesome. So everything else is parented. All right. So let's close the face. We're done with the face right now. But let's say the back of the hair, we want to make kind of stretch or something. So I'm going to open up the back of the hair, open up transform, and I am going to drag my time indicator to the beginning and I'm going to click scale. So I'm going to click the stopper or the time vary stopwatch on scale to say I want the scale to stay like this at this point. But I think that as the hair or the head goes down, I want the hair to kind of like scrunch up, almost like it's being like pushed up by gravity. So I'm going to go to scale and I'm going to click this little link to unlink the kind of width and height of the hair because I want to make the height change. So I got to remember which one this is. There we go. So I'm going to have the hair shrink up a little bit like this, and maybe I'll have it like poof out just a bit. And let me drag it back to see. Yep, we see the hair kind of scrunching up a bit as it's going down. And then as the head goes back up again, I'm going to have the hair stretch. And what's great is I can always click on these diamonds and drag them if I want them in a new position, because I think I want this diamond to be like extra stretched up here. So I'm going to like stretch the hair out. Good. Now let's play it. There you go. It looks a little wonky, but I can drag these around and fix them as I want. So now I'm trying to make it kind of look like the hair is like bouncing with the person. So about it here, it should kind of return to normal hair position. So I'm going to click on the diamond in the beginning, copy it, and paste it where my time ruler is. So now we got person doing a little bounce. Um, and I think I want to mess with the person's eyebrows because that's fun. So I'm going to then go to eyebrows, open the eyebrows up, open transform, and I am going to click on my time watch for position. My time indicators in the very beginning. And I am going to, as the person goes down, like right at this bottom, I'm going to make their eyebrows go down, kind of like they're getting like grumpy or something. And as they go back up, maybe like right here, maybe they get like really high. And again, you can do whatever you want. I'm sticking with a theme here you can see, which is that things just kind of copy each other. Oops, accidentally copied that. Okay, so let's play it now. Eyebrows go down. If they had a body, I think it would look like they're doing like a jump on a trampoline or something. Okay. And then let's say, let's say for the pupils, I'm just going to have them maybe go from left to right. So I'm going to drag my time indicator to the top. I'm going to hit position and I'm going to move my pupils. Or maybe I want them to look kind of down. And I could shrink the size of these if I wanted. I kind of goofed myself because as I shrink it, it kind of looks like the person's going crazy. So I might make pupils on a different layer. I think that, or like each pupil's on a different layer. That way you could control size. But I'm going to maybe make, in this point, maybe they're looking up. Oops. They go up a little bit. And then as it goes back up again, maybe they're looking down a little bit. And then maybe when they center here, I try to position the eyes again. Okay, let's play that. It's a little goofy, but it's fine. Awesome. Okay, and of course you can do like different things. You can rotate, you can mess with opacity. Something pretty cool that I'm gonna use for the mouth is something called the puppet tool. All right. So if I click on the mouth, and actually I'm debating whether I should do the puppet tool or just warp. You know what? I'll show you effects. So over here, we're gonna add an effect to the mouth. We're gonna add something called a warp. So I'm gonna type warp. And I'm going to grab just a regular distort warp right here. I'm going to click and drag this and place it on top of the mouth. All right. And you'll see as you do that, all of a sudden the mouth flies up here, right? That's a little weird. That's not right. So we're going to go over here. This is where the settings for this effect are. You click on the mouth and you click on effects. You can also click and open warp and see these settings, but they open up here automatically for you for like easier access. I'm going to put the bend to 0 because I don't want to see anything right now. And here I can change the warp style. So what I want to do is I wanted it to kind of look like it's like, I don't know, going to like a smile or like something like that. So it's a little bit of experimenting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an arc upper and I'm going to click on the setting for bend and kind of see what happens when I mess with this a bit. So first thing before we move forward is I think we need to adjust the anchor point. So see this little point in the middle of the nose? This is where the system thinks is the middle of the mouth. That's not it. So up here, we need to click on the pan behind anchor point. Click on that. And we're going to click, come on, baby, and drag this right in the middle right there. So now it's in the middle of the mouth. So hopefully that'll help us a bit. Helps a little bit. All right. Nope, we want that horizontal. Oh, this is better. We're warping here. That's the wrong setting. Vertical distortion. Yes, that's gonna give us some cool stuff. So I could make the mouth kind of do I'm gonna click the little time stopper here, do like a weird squish at the beginning, and then maybe as it goes up here, it kind of widens a bit. So that's one way to warp it. See something like that. That's cool. Um, Let me see if I do a twist warp. Yeah, I would mess with these warp styles because all of them you can kind of do cool things, and to affect them or make them happen, you just go to the bend. And this isn't affecting anything right now because we haven't hit the stopwatch next to the bend. So this is all purely just kind of like seeing what you can make, and see it's doing too much with the mouth there. That looks a little wild. And there is another way we could do this called the puppet position tool, but that needs to be a separate video because I think that can be a little confusing. Yeah, I might just mess with the vertical distortion for right now. So let's click play. Perfect. So we got like a little animation. Something's happening, right? Super cute, simple. So how do you save it? So first off, these you can't save to your Creative Cloud. I don't know why yet. So you can just save this to your computer and drag and drop it into your H drive or your Google Drive. If you're ready to turn it in, then all you need to do is go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. And now we've got this little panel that popped up down here. We need to go to Output, click right here, and make sure you tell it where you want to put it, whether you want to put it on your desktop or whatnot. It automatically is formatted as a video file, which is fine. And all you're going to do is hit render, and you hear a cute noise. There you go. That little noise said it's done. So now it should be on our desktop. I'm going to double click on it and click play. And there's our first little character animation in After Effects. Perfect.